Hey chefs, pricing can be a struggle, and there is always the market price, which is what everybody else is charging in your local area. That is a good starting point, but if you can increase value, then obviously you can charge more than them. Or there's obviously the way that you can go that I wouldn't do is to undercut them. Much better to provide your service in a more valuable way to the client that actually justifies the price increase. But this is almost like reverse engineering how much you want to earn per day that then gives you an overall yearly figure. So let's just jump into the calculator and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So for me, I think one of the best ways to do it is actually just to go, okay, I'm going to start my service because I have the goal of making 50,000 a year, 100,000 a year from my service. Okay, so this has already, as it says here, for example, 1 week of vacation is 5 days, 2 weeks is 10 days. This is because the calculation has already removed weekends. So it's basically working things out to be a 5 day week. So 104 days have already been removed from the year. So if you were just to leave this at zero and you were to put in your 50K, then you would need $191 per day without any vacation, and that would give you the 5 day week. Obviously, you are going to take some holiday, or I hope you are, because otherwise you're going to burn out. But normally, I think most people's target is about $100,000 per year from their service. But what I would suggest is giving yourself a little bit of wiggle room for cancellations, parties that fall through, all of those things, where once you're up and running, you're still actually going to have free spots. You're never going to get it 100% flow all the way through the year. There's always going to be spots where maybe you do a 3 day week or a 4 day week. And then what you don't want to be doing is doing a 7 day week to make up for that. It's rather just to incorporate that loss into your um, goal. Okay, so if you were to go for $100,000 a year, I would suggest that you put in 120,000, and then to have 4 weeks off, we've already taken out the 8 days of the 4 weeks. So then we just need to put in 20 days, and that will calculate the rate at $497 per day. So we can basically say that that is 500 bucks a day. And then does that work with what your customers are likely be able to afford and pay? Does it actually seem reasonable? And then if you can't do a 500-day cook, maybe you could do two cooks in a day and you organize your service to do two cooks a day to hit that $500 mark per day. Okay, so that's the idea. It's to give you a ballpark. It it gets you in, and then obviously afterwards, if people are just like, oh, okay, I'm in, then you can start bumping up the prices, increase the value, bump up the price. But it is working very well as a starting point and just to get you moving on to bigger things rather than just worrying about your price. Okay, so hope it helps.